Have you ever heard someone else sharing about their prayer life, and as you listened, you just felt embarrassed, comparing what your real prayer life is compared to what their prayer life seems to be? Like maybe they're talking about, I have this wonderful, intimate first hour of the day that I never miss, that I spend with the Lord, and you're thinking, an hour? I have trouble getting in 5 minutes. Where are you finding this time? Maybe you felt bad because they seem to be just doing so much better than you at this. Maybe you said to yourself, I think they're probably just making it up so they look good. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the only one who has those thoughts. Sometimes hearing other people's ideas about prayer, though, can be more discouraging than encouraging. Am I right? And then there's this business of praying without ceasing. 2 Thessalonians 5:17 has Paul advising the church at Thessalonica to never stop praying, or some versions of the Bible say pray without ceasing. And if you're having trouble stringing 5 solid minutes of prayer time together in a row, an encouragement to pray without ceasing can kind of make you just want to quit, can't it? Without ceasing? For real? I gotta live, I gotta work, I gotta rest, and hey, I wouldn't mind squeezing in a little bit of entertainment at some point and recreation along the way. How am I supposed to find time to pray without ceasing? Well, here's a beautiful concept that can start us on our way toward praying without ceasing, and that is praying does not always have to look like praying. We don't have to be seated with our hands folded. We don't have to be on our knees, clutching our head. We don't have to be, pacing around, waving our arms and speaking an eloquent language. We don't have to do any of those things. Those can be nice ways to focus our prayer, and I would love to speak at a later point about what our body language does to the way our heart surrenders itself to God or approaches God. But also, praying can just be while I'm having a conversation with another person, while I'm doing everyday life, while I'm getting my chores done, while I'm going to and fro. Just thoughts aimed to God. Like, for instance, when I'm having a conversation with my granddaughter, who is 5 years old, I don't even have to interrupt my words to have a wonderful prayer of just, thinking to God, man, this one is beautiful. She's so beautiful. You made a really special one here when you made this one. And then as we're talking, maybe I notice, Lord, she seems worried about this. What's the best way for me as her Grammy to speak into this situation to help her to be less worried? Just looking to God, thanking God, listening for God while we're talking. And I don't know about you, but I can think about 100 times faster than I can speak. And so the beauty of the little thought prayers is that they're not confined to the speed of speech. They can zoom and zip around. You can approach a conversation from endless different directions while you're speaking with the person, while you're in the situation. I can celebrate and ask questions and make petitions and notice my own shortcomings and repent and seek guidance and intercede, and I can do all of those things without ever saying a word aloud, all without interrupting my spoken conversation. So these kind of thought prayers are, I think, key for praying without ceasing. Most of us aren't monks living on a mountain, cloistered away somewhere under a vow of silence, with all the surroundings pointing us toward prayer. Most of us have to do real life. But no matter how busy we are, there is always time to aim a thought or a series of thoughts directly toward God. Those are prayers. So that's our challenge to get Monday right today. Take a moment where you are right now. Look around and notice what's good about where you are, about your situation, about what's happening. Think about your schedule and imagine a difficult time of your day today, and aim a please help me, Lord, thought at God about the hard part of your day today. While you're checking your hair one more time before you walk out the door, think of a way that you'd like to grow, to change today, and aim that desire toward God in a thought. while you're driving to work and you see that spectacular sunrise or whatever beautiful thing you notice on the way to work, aim some thoughts of praise and gratitude toward God while you're driving, while you're listening to your news program, whatever. News program. You can pray without ceasing while listening to the news, I promise. And if you're not, please start. Anyway, that's praying. Once you get the hang of it, praying without ceasing no longer sounds like an impossibility when you're just doing it with these thoughts aimed toward the Lord. So let's go out mindfully into this Monday, aiming our thoughts with intention toward God. And we will, I promise, we will space out sooner or later. Probably sooner, but every time we do that, that's just an opportunity to stop and start over. God is the God of the next chance. You know this. He is always offering the next chance. So take those chances. In the meanwhile, go and be blessed.